Today we are painting, mounting the hardware and resealing our headlights. Thank you, Bella. Yo guys, what is going on? First things first, finally have good audio quality. So in the first two episodes, didn't have a mic now, should be sounding mint. In this episode we are painting the headlights black, mounting all of the hardware and resealing them back together. So let's get into that. So I have just put a coat of etch primer on them. That is what one coat looks like. It came out really good actually. It left that perfect film on there so that the paint will take to it, the satin black. Otherwise it would have just basically run off the chrome shiny bits beforehand. So it's all pretty well covered now, so we're going to put on some satin black now, and we'll do probably 2 or 3 coats of that depending on how it takes and how it looks and what else needs doing. So let's do that. If you can leave your paint cans out in the sun for like 5 to 10 minutes before you start painting, you'll find that they spray so much cleaner and the finished product will look much nicer. If there's no sun that day, just hit them with a heat gun for 5 to 10 minutes and you'll find that it does the same thing. Alrighty, so painting is done and they are starting to look sick. Actually really happy with how they came out. Even the insides of these parkers that I wasn't going to nightshade. So what I ended up doing with those little parker bits, painted these whole things black, and I wasn't going to do anything with the clear part that went over it. What I ended up doing is just putting a small coat, like a really light coat of nightshade on the inside, so you still remain that gloss on the outside, and then when it sits on the inside of it, black. It came up so good, and then that sits inside of there like that, and that will be our whole black housing. One tip that I do want to give to people, never seen anyone else mention this anywhere else. Heaps and heaps of people obviously know you can clean up the outside of your headlight and bring it back to looking mint. I actually did that in episode 1 of this little series. While I was doing that, I actually was like, well, why hasn't anyone ever tried to polish the inside? Not sand it, but just polish it with the paste and polishing pad that comes in the kit. I did that and it is unbelievable. It is crazy how clear it is. It is like brand new clear now. I can't even, the outcome of that, I can't believe more people haven't spoken about doing the inside. So if you do obviously have your headlight apart, it took me about an hour, polish the inside as well as the outside, and it looks $1,000,000. Basically the next step is we're going to go inside, mount the angel eyes with these holes that I've pre-drilled, and get everything sort of mocked up and sitting where we want it to sit, and then we can look at getting them all back together. So let's head inside and we will do that now. though I did double knots on all of the fishing line to hold the angel eye in place, I just wanted to put a small dab of silicone on the back of each one as a bit of second insurance to make sure that they'll never come undone. While I was waiting for that silicone to dry, I went outside to try and start mounting the green demon eyes and the RGBs inside the projector housing itself. This is as simple as just taking apart the screws holding the projector housing together and actually mounting the LEDs on the faceplate of the projector itself. For me, this was as simple as drilling a couple of holes, cutting some of the plastic on the demon eyes and the RGBs, and putting some nuts and bolts and spring washers together to make sure that they're all fastened inside the housing itself. Basically get into the home run now. We're at the home stretch. So we are putting everything back together. Before they do get back together, the last thing I want to do is take these lenses, the actual projector lenses, and I'm going to get them custom engraved. When I say custom, I actually mean custom, not just something that some headlight custom dude has on record that he just prints onto any old headlights. The honeycomb pattern, or like, I'll try and put a picture there. Just for something to have on record, I wanted something totally different. So basically that's what I wanted to do. I did a bit of research and I'm going to do a whole nother video on how to just do something totally custom with your headlight lens. So the next time you see these, they will be fully custom if I just give it a bit of it. Sick. Projectors are engraved. So basically I got a Slam Gen 4 etched into my lenses. Super happy with how that turned out. Alrighty, so projector housing is now done. Don't over tighten the screws. Very brittle. It'll break. You'll be sad. So now we take off the screws off the headlight housing and get the projector housing back in there and start routing some wires. So let's do that. Projector is in the light. That looks sick. It looks so good. I'm actually just gonna mock up the outside of the light just so we can see what the finished product's gonna start to look like. So happy with how that looks. last day. So by the end of this, they are gonna be sealed up. Before I wanted to seal them up, during the week, I didn't film it because wiring is ridiculously boring. It actually took me a fair bit longer to wire them up than I thought it would, and I'm by no means a master at, well, I should be a master at wiring, it's my trade, but headlight automotive wiring, definitely not a master. Yes, fully aware that these are eBay knockoff waterproof plugs. Do they look like they're going to do the job? Yeah, hopefully. Otherwise, I would have gone for Deutschwerks connectors because they are the tits. But these ones should do. Basically what I did was, I've tried to make it look somewhat neat and tidy, so I've only got 2 plugs coming out. This is our headlights, projectors, high beams, etc. And this is all the other stuff. This cable is to connect to the other headlight for the RGB demonize. All I did was punch a little hole, 12mm gland through the back of it, tightened it up, used a few of these holes here. If I want to get real Nazi on it, I might seal these up with silicone. So today, what we are doing is we take this off like that, and then we take this headlight part and put it back in the oven to soften this gasket around the outside. And then that way, when we put it back together, it's nice and gooey.
Five hours later.
Oh, that was a process, but we're done. Nice and sealed up now, which is sick. They look mint, they look so good. Basically, that's the finished product of how they are going to look. I'm gonna let them sit for a while because I've just finished sealing them up. Probably let them sit for, I don't know, I'm probably gonna sit mine for a day just to let all of this stuff set and cure and do whatever it needs to do. That's how I'm gonna end it today because it's just gone long enough, to be honest. It's really dragged out. On the next one, we will be putting them in. We'll be installing them. We'll take the whole front bar off the car and go from there and see how we go. So hang around, check it out, subscribe. Don't subscribe, I don't care. All right, anyway, see you on the next one. Ciao.
Ever since you shut the door on everything we knew, you're too late for love, 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 love.